democratic institutions and practices of the past referred to our Prime Minister in different episodes of Man Ki Baat. Clear? So we have combined together that have this thing with you together at one place. Clear? One obviously is, the first one is Uttara Merur inscription that mentions about the local self-government under the Cholas. Clear? So it mentions about the local self-government of the Cholas. It was issued by Chola Emperor Parantaka first. Chola Emperor Parantaka first. Clear? So Uttara Merur inscription. Clear? It mentions about the age qualification to join the committees. Clear? That the age qualification should be, person should not be less than 35 years of age but not more than 70 years of age. Person must own 1.5 acres of land and person must be well versed with both Tamil and Sanskrit. Clear? So all these are classification done basically to show democratic decentralization which was done at village level under centralized empire known as the Cholas. Clear? Another important thing that is mentioned by Prime Minister off and on that indicate democratic institutional practices is Anubhav Mandap. Clear? Second is Anubhav Mandap. Anubhav Mandap established by Basavanna or Basav. 11th century Karnataka. Clear? Basav or Basavanna. Clear? Now do understand, it's very important. Clear? Clear? Basavanna or Basav was a very prominent devotee of Lord Shiv. Clear? And he established a new sect in the region of South India. This sect is known as the sect of Lingayats, also known as the sect of Veerashaiva. Established the sect of Lingayats and Veerashaiva. And how he managed to establish? He gave some very important concepts like establishment of Kalyan Raj or the welfare government or welfare state, welfare and development of all known as Sarvodaya. And all these ideas were advocated by Basav through short couplets written in Kannada language known as Vachans. Clear? So he wrote large number of Vachans or short couplets in Kannada language, and through Vachans he advocated concepts like the welfare state or the Kalyan Raj or the welfare and upliftment of all known as Sarvodaya. Clear? In fact, he is given credit of establishing the first parliament in India, and this first parliament established by Basav is known as Anubhav Mandap. Clear? So Anubhav Mandap was basically the first parliament of India established by Basav. Clear? This became a very important development, and that is why, clear, the Bharat Mandapam, which was basically constructed or which was basically promoted in G20 summit, this Bharat Mandapam was highly inspired by Anubhav Mandap of Basav or Basavanna. Clear? So Bharat Mandapam or Bharat Mandap, which is being promoted as of now also by Prime Minister, is largely influenced by Anubhav Mandap. Anubhav Mandap is the oldest parliament in India which was established by Basav or Basavanna in the southern part of India, who believed in democratic values like upliftment of all, that is Sarvodaya, establishment of a welfare state known as Kalyan Raj. Clear? This was Basav or Basavanna, who established a sect known as Lingayas, also known as the Veerashaiva sect. Clear? This was one thing. Our Prime Minister also refers to the third thing. Clear? And the third thing that is mentioned about democratic values and institutions is Kakatiya tradition. So he refers to Kakatiya tradition as well. Again in the region of South India. What was this Kakatiya tradition? Again Kakatiya tradition developing in early medieval phase only. Clear? So all of these are in early medieval phase. Uttara Meru inscription, Anubhav Mandap and Kakatiya Mandap. Uttara Meru inscription 9th century. Again in early medieval phase. Basav in 11th century, early medieval phase. Kakatiya tradition in 9th century, again in early medieval phase. Clear? Now what was this? Clear? Kakatiya dynasty ruled over the region of present region of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh from 11th to 14th centuries. Clear? And their capital was at Warangal. They are known as Kakatiyas of Warangal. Clear? And they were also the one to promote local self-government like the Cholas. Clear? So local self-government was promoted in which elected committees were formed in villages to look after different requirements. So Kakatiyas also established a tradition of establishing elected committees, and these elected committees used to take major decisions of local self-government. That also became a rich tradition, which was very similar to the tradition of local self-government under the Cholas. Clear? Our Prime Minister also refers to another tradition of democratic values, and that is known as the Bhakti tradition of early medieval phase. Clear? Because Bhakti tradition always believed in complete devotion to the established system. It emphasized on right to equality, secularism, equality of opportunity, and promotion of welfare of the people. Clear? So Bhakti tradition emphasized on right to equality because it never discriminated the people. It emphasized on secular credential. It is emphasized on equality of opportunity and promotion of welfare of all people. That is Sarvodaya. So democratic values and practices were emphasized by Bhakti tradition as well. Clear? These were very important developments that is always mentioned by our Prime Minister as well. Clear? At the same time, he also mentions about basically about Dharma Shastra also. He mentions about Dharma Shastra, because Dharma Shastra mentions about duties of every person. Clear? So Dharma Shastra mentions about not only the duties of the people, duties of the king also, duties of the officers also. So he emphasizes, always mentions about Dharma Shastra because Dharma Shastra mentions about the duties to be performed by every individual and sections of society for the welfare. Clear? He also mentions about Artha Shastra of Kautilya. He also mentions about Arthashastra of Kautilya, which is an important book on statecraft, how to organize the finances, the expenditure, and to sustain the large state as well by ensuring the welfare of all the sections of society. Clear? So all these are considered to be very important development. Clear? And our Prime Minister always keeps on referring to all these practices that were performed in ancient India, and these practices resulted into democratic values. Clear? And these democratic values are considered to be foundation of the welfare state of India, representative democracy in India, and this are also mentioned off and on by the leading leader of our country in contemporary times. Clear? So Uttaramaryu inscription, Anubhav Mandap, very important one, Kakatiya tradition, Bhakti tradition, Dharma Shastra, and Arthashastra of Kautilya. Clear? So these are major developments of the Chola period. Now, apart from this, clear? Who established Kakatiya? The Kakatiya tradition was established by Kakatiya rulers. It was a new ruler, new dynasty that was established in the region of Deccan. Clear? And it was basically along the Andhra coast, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Clear?